So the only things that we'll need today, or at least that I used in the original picture here, is paper and a pen. And I do recommend you go straight into pen, no pencil, unless you really, really want to. But it's a really good exercise for making those curls and trying to get as control of a curled cloud shape as you can. So I always recommend you just go straight into the pen, unless you're, drawing from real life or something. This one came straight from the imagination. I had West Texas on my mind at the time because I've been wanting to go and visit West Texas. For me, from where I'm at in San Antonio, Texas, it's about a 6-hour drive or so to get over there. And the change in scenery is just so drastic and it's so beautiful over there. Definitely very hot. I wouldn't visit it now that it's like 120 degrees during the daytime. So I can dream. And this is what it's all about. It's all about dreaming of those huge Texas skies. However, if you don't know what I'm talking about and you have another sky in mind, another place you can think of in mind, think of that as you are doing this project. We will be starting off with our little horizon line right down here. And then we'll get into making some teeny tiny mountains, which are actually pretty big, but our focus is very, very zoomed out, of course. But these little mountains here, and then maybe some dots, we'll see. Say these dots down here, and then we'll jump right into our lovely clouds. So if you have any other media, that works perfectly fine as well. In fact, before I hopped onto this call, I was frantically looking for my pens because they always disappear on me. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to do this class with markers like I always do. But thankfully I found some. So anyway, you can use any media that you have on hand. So why don't I pull this out and we can get it started. So pretty easy project, I think, but I do want you guys to take your time, especially with the clouds portion. Like with everything else that I do, I know I say this a lot, there is power in those numbers. We'll have so many clouds that you'll be able to get lots of practice in, and nobody's really going to fault you for any one cloud or even any 5 or 10 clouds that you're just not happy with. It's absolutely okay. And again, we may take like 20 minutes on this project, or we may take the full time. I don't know. It just depends on you guys. So I have here my pen. I also found a Sharpie too. So if you ever want to use Sharpies, that's perfectly fine too. If you'll notice, I have this huge, gigantic space way up here. I can fit my hand and more up here. Keep that in mind. We're going to start off with our horizon line. So it's this line right here. I honestly might even move my horizon line lower, maybe down here. It just depends on you. Give yourself plenty of space way up there. So put that aside. Okay, so I got all this space up here. I am going to jump down here, and my horizon line is definitely a little wibbly wobbly. It's like not a straight line at all. If it helps you to sort of visualize it, I'm probably going to keep maybe like 3-finger width over here down from the bottom. I know that I'm giving very rough estimates, but maybe about 3 fingers or 4 fingers from the bottom. So 3 fingers for me. start on one side. Again, it's a little wobbly, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Keep measure. Take your time with it, of course. Notice how I keep putting my fingers down just to kind of make sure I'm in the general vicinity of 3 fingers or 4 fingers if you're doing that. Again, we are looking at this from a perspective of being very far away. I remember walking into an art museum actually in, I want to say in a little tiny city called Alpine. I think that's what it is. Alpine, Texas. It's very, very far west. And there's this art museum. It had a whole, like a ton of paintings from this one artist who used this exact same perspective and focused on the clouds, just like that, except this artist's paintings were very realistic, probably the most realistic clouds I've ever seen. So it was such a beautiful sight to see. Okay, so now that we have that line established, let's take a look at our mountains. So some of these mountains are a little more on the pointy side. Some of them are not so pointy. They're a little bit plateaued in some areas, and that really does indicate desert mountain ranges. But it's up to you and wherever yours is set at. So I'm just going to start off to the side and make a little mountain. Can be a little bit wobbly. I'm going to actually put this a little bit more of a close-up so you guys can see that. There we go. Now I'll start off with my mountains that are up in the front here, but later on I'll squeeze in some mountains to put in the middle, like that. So we can start with these guys.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good. Some of them are taller than others. If I'm not careful, I tend to make the same kinds of mountains on repeat. So I'm going to try to vary it up a little bit. You can kind of see that happening now. And then I can go in between and make them sort of stick out in between. Hope that makes sense, at least a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm happy. Wait, I'm going to add one right back there. How you guys feeling so far?
Good.
Cool. We typically, of course, use a ton of color. So if at any point you want to add color to it later, like be my guest. You can always add marker on top of it, maybe like to do some of the lines or like on top of some of the lines if you wanted. What else could you do? Highlighters are great. And in fact, next week we're going to be using highlighters for a picture. What else can you do? Crayons are great. You can scribble in the background. Color pencils, of course, always. You could do them more realistically, or you could scribble like I do. Just depends on you. Now, I would say the mountains are probably pretty easy, but if you don't think so, let me know and I can help you out. Now, I want to show you. Here we have these mountains. We have a bunch of dots here. Dots and tiny little squiggles there. That's just to represent some dirt, like dirt or, I don't know, far away little pieces of cactus or little cactus plants. So it's very random. I'm really just literally just dotting and squiggling some tiny lines everywhere. Anytime I make dots, I tend to sort of do them in a pattern. And I try to get away from that. Like you can kind of see it a little bit over here. Try and get a little bit, make them a little bit randomly if you can.
Marcos,
They're mostly concentrated in the center here, but some of them are kind of, you know, out here in the edge. Kind of meditative to make all these dots.
okay.
There we go. I happened to make a lot more than I did previously in the first one. I think that the more I do pointillism projects or just dotting in general, I am finding a little bit more of an appreciation for them. Even if they do drive me a little bit crazy. The effect is all worth it. The way it looks is worth it.
Hey, pointillism and stipple are the same thing, right?
Yes, yeah.
Go
Stipple
on.
is the act of making those marks. Pointillism is the type of painting it is.
Perfect. Thank you very much. My kid just called me a show off.
Alexa,
Listen, some of
play
us go to
Dreamland.
art school.
Show off all you want here. Carolyn, I meant to tell you that I looked up one of the songs that you mentioned last time, Don McLean's Vincent.
Yes.
And yeah, and it's titled Vincent. And let me tell you, like that song put me to tears when I listened to it.
It does, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah, I added it to my regular rotation of songs. It's a good one.
Can't believe you hadn't heard it before, huh?
Me too. Yeah, me too. But then again, I tend to stick to the same songs and the same types of music. So it's nice to get out of that every once in a while. Okay, so I think it's time we can start on the clouds now, since that's going to be the biggest portion of our drawing. I'm going to zoom out again. Okay. So once again, I have this huge space for my clouds, and I'm actually going to be starting on the bottom, maybe just in the lower portion of my clouds here. I started off by making these front clouds here. So you'll notice here that they have flat bottoms here. That's just a stylized thing, just very stylized. I noticed that sometimes if you get just the right angle when you're looking at the sky, they do look a little bit flat on the bottom. Just depends on the cloud, of course. So that's what I went for. And I had created a few of these lumps. And when you're creating lumps and curls, try to visualize roundness. They're very round because the only reason I say that is because it's very easy to go quickly and have them look a little bit more on the flat side. So whenever you're doing this, visualize round, what it means to be round, what it means to be curly. So we'll start off down here on a very small, kind of insignificant cloud. Maybe I'll do it over here. You can start anywhere, honestly, anywhere along this plane here. So got my little flat bottom there. And then I can go either way. Got these round little lumpies, a little bit bigger than the next. Some might be a little bit smaller. Eventually you want to curl it in and then come right back out. And honestly, like it's all up to you after that. You can create some of those lumps a little bit larger than others. Still visualizing that roundness. You'll notice that on this first one, I'd went one direction with the curl, but on this one, I just decided to go the other direction with the curl. And it really just depends on you and how you start it, how you finish it. Now, these beginning clouds can be all the same size. I do recommend them in the beginning stages to make them be the same size or similar size. But of course, you can deviate as needed, as you wish. That one's a little bit taller. Now, you'll notice that they are still somewhat on the same plane. Generally, they kind of line up just a little bit. And I'll show you how to mix it up going forward. Now, just to show you again what the other one looks like. At this point, I just let my hand go and create clouds of all shapes, all sizes. This one right here, you can see is very big, actually. This one, I started below the line, this area here below, and just kind of jumped over each cloud and created it behind another one. That one's a little bit more advanced, so you can do that later on if you feel like it. You can tell here that whenever I'd created all these clouds, I tended to skew this way. So I noticed that I didn't have anything over here. And so that's why you see these clouds kind of jutting out a little bit more. But it's a relatively easy fix to make. And I'll get to that in a little bit when we get there. But at this point, it really is a lot more of the same thing. Fill in, I have another cloud that starts here. And I'm just imagining that this cloud is pretty big, just because why not make it bigger? And then I can imagine it back here. Try to have at least one curl in every cloud. But of course, if you really love them, you can have double or triple. It's really up to you. Have a triple or a double up here. At this point, I would just keep on going for it. Whenever I had done this one, like I mentioned that I started to skew a little bit. You can always add more clouds jutting out from really anywhere. At some point, you might notice that some of your clouds might just naturally be the same size. So maybe try to notice that whenever it does happen. Like I see it kind of happening now. So right now, I see that I can squeeze a large one right back here. So my little cloud lumps are going to be pretty large. That was kind of a nice shape. I'm pretty proud of that guy. That leaves, at least for mine, that leaves a pretty good size space over here. So if I were to model it after this one is a much larger cloud that starts below this line here. So just in case you wanted to do something like that, what you would do is start kind of below, make that line, make that horizontal line, and bring your cloud upward. Perhaps in my head, I'm imagining that this cloud it's behind here, but perhaps it stretches back here. Like that. Do you have any questions so far?
No, here's what I did.
Oh, yay. Okay. Let me add you so I can see you. There we go. You did that fast. I love it. They're so pretty.
Now, I'm not a cactus kind of gal, so I put a pine tree.
Yep. Good fix. I like the perspective. Super cool, guys. But yeah, take your time with it. Practice a little bit if you want to.
Oot.
Brandy, I didn't get to say hi to you. I saw you snuck in right as we started. Hey.
Hi, sorry I was late.
Oh, you're good. You're fine. I'm glad to see that you feel okay enough to put your camera on. How are
Yeah.
you?
I'm at my desk again at least, so I got that.
Yeah, man. You're here though. How did that recovery look like?
I'm still in the recovery. I mean, I think I thought I was all better, but man, I have this cough and headache and fatigue. That's what's left.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Yeah.
livable, but I think I just got a lot of mucus in my head.
Oh man.
So it's getting old.
I bet it's been a while. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah. What about you, Merle? Haven't had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't heard too much from you yet.
No. So,
Doing okay though?
yes.
Good. Love hearing that. And Marianne?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a cough myself, but feeling all right.
Gotcha.
How about you?
Well, had a little too much sun, so
Oh,
yesterday. So I was definitely feeling it this morning, but I'm awake. For now. It only took a lot of tea, but I'm here.
oh. The sun will do that.
For sure. Yeah, I woke up with I experienced the MS hug. I don't know if you guys have
Oh,
felt
yeah.
that before.
Suck worse
Yeah.
than anything.
Yeah, a lot of you
It's
guys.
awful.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's one of my worst MS symptoms. So when I woke up this morning, it was like, my God, there's like an elephant on my chest this morning.
Yeah.
It felt so heavy.
Yeah.
Where
That's-
your rib cage feels like it's crushing you.
Yeah. 2 years ago, I had a surgery, have a lung anesthesia. The day after, I couldn't breathe. I used a system, breathing assistant, because my chest was so tight, I can't expand it. My oxygen was so low. So nobody find out what it's called. They called my neurology and they said, oh, it's a men's. So
wow. Yeah, that's a big deal.
yes, it was.
Oh,
I think it was because the anesthesia was so many hours. So, and the muscles is not breathing by themselves. So that's, I guess, because it's awful.
wow.
Yeah, you feel like you have a iron over you. So you say, I want to breathe. You see they can. So
But
it's
you
tough.
can't.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad you're here with us, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I used to envision when it was really bad, I used to envision the alien, like the face hugger from the Alien, but
Oh, yeah.
instead of it being on my face, it was on my rib cage instead, because it felt like it was squeezing tight. Yeah, that in addition to like a little elephant that just like to
Yeah.
make it home on my chest.
Yeah.
anything to make light of the situation was good.
Yeah, to try.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Haley came up with a whole different look for her mountains and clouds. I'm sorry, Mama,
Ooh.
in the camera.
Let me put just on spotlight again. Oh, there we go. That's a whole look. Is that markers?
Yep.
Nice. I'm loving those the mountains in the back too.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the water too. I like how you put the scribbles in there.
And faded it out. I like that too.
Yeah. 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 Very cool. Thank you. There we go. Does anyone have any questions for me? Just wanted to point out where I'm at with my picture. I had decided that I needed more larger clouds, so that's what I had focused on. And I don't know if you guys were able to see, but I added this little guy back here, and I knew that it needed to, like, it was right on the edge right there, so I wanted it to look like it was jutting out. So what I did was I created this line here first, and then I had it come. Wait, no, I'm doing this backwards. I started over here. I'm doing it backwards. I started on this side, and then decided it was jutting out enough that I could put that line here.
Yeah, I don't think clouds are my thing. I'm just like,
Really?
doesn't look like a cloud. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness.
I'm just not, I don't know what the deal is.
I had a
Aw.
really rough
Like, I
time
don't know
with
what's
it.
going on. So
Yeah.
I had a really rough time with it. I thought mine looked stupid.
yeah, like
Oh,
mine are
man.
like, I don't know.
I love them.
I don't really.
I do. I love them. They have character. I can definitely see like you having a little trouble making them round, but I think that
Yeah.
that comes with practice.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. So,
But your mountains are awesome though. I really love
thank
those
you.
mountains.
Yeah,
They
well,
remind me
yeah.
they remind me of maybe like, where have I seen these? I've seen pictures of like Chinese mountains, like that are almost that shape.
Yeah.
The Stone Mountains.
Stone Mountains, yeah.
The Stone
Yeah.
Mountains in China.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm just having issues with clouds.
It's okay. It's okay. We have
Trying to
Todd.
paint clouds, they always end up looking muddy.
That's funny. So who else was
was
saying that they had a little problem with it?
Carolyn.
Oh, Carolyn. Oh, okay. No, you guys are doing awesome though. We have plenty of time. You can always start another one if you want to.
I've always struggled with clouds though. I mean, even trying to paint them, they always seem to turn out like they look muddy and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have patience, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that happening. I feel like with clouds, the texture is so specific. I can see that. Trying to see. I did some clouds up there. There's a painting I have over there where I did struggle with the acrylic paint lines with it. See if I can grab it real quick. And and honestly, like, it did become muddy too, like with what you're, I guess, kind of what you're saying, Brandy.
Carolyn.
Oh, Carolyn, yeah, I'm sorry.
Carolyn. It was a program.
Hmm. I'll grab it later. I tend to make the same types of lines, like the same same size and shape clouds. So I'm trying to get over that right now. And I do tend to go really quickly. Like I get impatient with the drawing process or even the painting process sometimes.
That's why I use acrylics, because they dry fast. I could not do
Yeah.
an oil painting to save my life.
That's a
Didn't do
whole nother beast. Yeah, oil painting's a whole nother beast.
And then Haley does watercolors. I
Oh,
think
nice.
probably for a lot of the same reason. They dry really fast and you can layer them.
Oh yeah, the layering.
One thing about layering, I do flat colors.
Oh, okay. When you say you do flat colors, do you mean that you layer the flat colors together?
No, just
Oh,
flat coloring, like markers.
oh, okay, gotcha. That's kind of cool. Love to see that sometime.
You still have the one, the sunflowers? Yeah, there's the one in the room, and
Those
then there's
are-
the sunflower, and then there's the landscape in the living room also that you did. The one that's in the living room.
Oh, yeah, the one. Okay, hold on.
Okay, they're going to go get it real quick.
Cool. Awesome. I feel like for these clouds right here, I need to, I don't know, I think I want to make some much larger clouds. Like,
On the herb shelf.
And the lantern.
And on windowsill, I think. Living room.
anyone else do anything creative this week? Nothing. See Marianne shaking her head. No.
No, I was thinking about it, but no, I
Mm.
didn't really get to it.
I knew you were going to ask that. So actually, I did just because I thought Hannah's going to ask that. See if I can find it. So I played around with your pointillism technique.
No way. I have to add you. Oh, wait. Let me add you spotlight. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Did you put a base layer of color down? Is that what I'm
What there
seeing?
is, there's a leaf there.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can't really see the color well where I'm at right now, but in person it's a lot brighter.
Man, I love that.
Yeah.
I like it. I
And
feel
of
like
course I got out to do some photography, so that was nice.
that's fun. I love that.
You ready to see some couple of things?
Yeah. Go for
Okay.
it.
So here's just a couple of things that I've done. Like I did, that is called string theory.
There we go.
Very cool.
And
Yeah,
then
love the lines.
reproduction of Van Gogh's sunflower there. And there.
Ah, I
Those
see
are
it.
ones
Yeah.
that I did. And then Haley did this one, reproduction of Van Gogh.
Oh, that's
Gorgeous.
beautiful.
It's
And
really
then-
beautiful.
Color paint, by the way.
And then this one,
Oh,
Just-
wow.
Ooh.
a
Yeah.
landscape that she did or they did.
Oh, they did a beautiful job. Haley, that's
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. I love that.
Our whole family, I've been painting with the kids since they were old enough to hold a paintbrush.
Nice.
What fun.
Beautiful.
Alexis, their twin sister had ADHD really bad. And so that's what actually started it is we would, anytime Alexis had trouble with trying to focus on something or do something, we would
Mhm.
just have paints and stuff and have her go sit down and start painting something. So that was like the very first stitch, and then all the kids just loved it. So that became like our family thing. We have, in fact, over my closet, I have profiles of everybody in our immediate family, all stylized, done in black and white, 5x7 of each person, and it's the side profile,
Oh, okay.
and it looks
Huh.
really neat. Let me see if Haley can show you real quick.
Oh, mama.
Last week, I promise, but it's really an interesting concept.
Sorry, Haley.
You're fine. I'm good. Well,
Gonna.
Oh, lovely.
oh, cool.
They. Oh,
Wow.
ooh,
Cool.
what a cool
Very
idea.
cool.
Those are really neat.
Wow. Yeah.
I cannot hear you.
Oh, we're. Should I speak louder?
Oh, mama.
Wow.
That was really nice.
Okay. They're really nice. They're really cool. I'm loving the last one with Bert. I think I saw the name Bert.
Yep.
Nice.
So that was really cool because literally all it took was some white printer paper
Uh-huh.
and a black permanent marker, and I went to the Dollar Tree and picked up 5x7 picture frames for $1 each. So it costs like hardly anything.
Love that.
I did the one of Bert and of Carolyn and of Haley. And then Alexis did hers and Becca did hers. Haley keeps telling me she's going to redo the one
I
of
only
her.
said
And that way I have the first hand of hers or of theirs, but they have never
I
actually
hate my
redone it.
face shape though. I hate my profile.
So
Yeah, but if you do it yourself, you get to tweak it.
absolutely.
That's true. That's true.
No, I always do stylized. I can't do.
I think all of our class should do one of them, and we should share them. Send
How
them
would
to
you
the-
guys feel about maybe something similar to a blind contour picture? I don't know how that would work exactly though. I mean, it's supposed to look funny. That's the
I'm down.
thing. It's supposed
Yeah.
to look like it's weird and wonky.
Can't be any worse than my mountains.
The thing about painting, I love to paint, but I often can't figure out what I want to do. So that's one of the things I love about this class. I can come in, not have to think about what I'm doing. You just throw out an assignment and boom, I get to do it.
That's good. I'll have to
Yeah.
think about how that blind contour works. It's fun. If you've never done it before, it's really fun.
Yeah, I'm up for anything. I'm just, like to have fun and just try new things. So
I agree.
I'm up for anything. So
Here for the ride. I like
Yeah.
it. Okay. Okay.
Speaking of just random stuff to do without having to think about it, One of the challenges I used to do for myself to like do something different every day was to write down a bunch of different things, trees, birds, literally anything. And then I would pick two things from a bucket and combine the two things.
So Haley, do you mind repeating yourself a little bit? Because I think it got muted for a second there, so we missed a good portion.
So I had two topics essentially that I would draw from a bucket that I would put literally anything in. Grass,
Okay.
birds, chandeliers, slime. And I would grab two names from that little bucket list and draw whatever I picked.
Okay. No, keep going.
That's all.
Okay. I like that idea though, because it sort of gives you some parameters, and you can be a little bit creative with what you picked out of the bucket.
Precisely.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
I think I'm all done.
Yeah.
Yay! Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Proud of you guys. So anyone who wants to share, you're welcome to just put it up and I'll spotlight you.
I'll share.
Awesome. Yeah, well, let me see Tony. I saw Tony real quick. There we go.
You're too bright.
What in the world, Tony? I love that.
You do good clouds.
Oh my
That
gosh.
really looks like clouds. to
I
me.
know.
I like it.
Yeah.
Clouds. You do good
It
clouds.
looks, I see so much motion, so much horizontal motion. Like there's a
Awesome.
ton of wind and all the clouds are moving that way away from the wind.
Awesome.
Man, I love that. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Tony. Who's next? Susie?
Yeah, I'll go. So yeah, my clouds, they were getting to, so the sun had to come out.
Ah. Yep, had to show some sunshine. I'm loving the way you put the lines in the sun and the way the color of the sun contrasts with the lines in your clouds.
Yeah, and then I added trees because I'm a mountain girl. So
Trees.
yeah, but yeah, so
Oh, I love
yeah,
it.
but yeah, the clouds, more practice, I guess.
It's okay. You did great. You really did good.
Always
Super
fun.
cool.
Always fun.
Who else would like to go? I heard a voice, but I couldn't tell who it was.
I can go.
Yeah, let me get you, Brandy. Oh, where did your spot
Wow.
go?
It's a small piece of paper, so.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
nice.
I
Your
love your
color.
colors.
Yeah.
My gosh, your colors are so awesome.
Yeah, this was all the blues, so I just used all the blues.
All the blues. Nice. I just love that color combo and the way you arranged it with the clouds.
I was thinking we could do like a self-portrait, like an abstract kind of thing, maybe sometime.
That's so
Oh, that's
awesome.
gorgeous.
I like that.
That is beautiful.
I didn't see it. Where is it?
Oh.
There it is.
That's
I
cool.
Love.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I just Google images to look and then I just draw them. So I didn't make it. I have no
Still though, like,
imagination.
I really love the style of that picture. Yeah, we'll figure out how to do something like that. Let's do self-portraits. and blind contour drawings. I love that.
Cool.
Cool. Who's next?
I could go.
Yeah. Let me get you, Marianne. There we go. There we go. Man. I love the
Awesome.
way, yeah, I love the way you do your curls so nicely.
I took my time, so.
Yeah. Yeah, took your time.
Yep.
It definitely, yeah, it definitely shows off. I love that.
Thanks, that was fun.
And
Proud
you
of my
still-
clouds.
You should be. You should be. They're not the easiest to do, as you can attest, Susie. But
They
you
look
still did
easy. They
great.
look easy.
You still did great though.
Hannah,
Very
what do
cool.
you find like difficult for you to draw? Like, where do you get stuck a lot with your drawing?
Anything linear, like perspective drawings that have architecture in them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because the perspective, I just need a long time to think about it before I put anything down on paper. Yeah. So architecture drawings, I just avoid them like the plague, but I can do them.
Yeah.
Anything that's more geometric is more difficult for me to do because I'm more fluid, I'm more like flowy, so splatter the paint everywhere, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, not very structured, but
Yeah.
but it's something I want to work on it. I do. I want to get better at it.
Yeah.
Who else would like to share? If you don't want to share, that's okay. Don't worry.
I can.
Yeah, Casey, I got you.
I don't know if you
There we
can
go.
see.
There
So,
we go.
I
And
did I did a little experimented with perspective. So I've got my road through the desert and my cactuses getting progressively smaller.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Good.
speaking of perspective, we have
good.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love your cactus though, your cacti. Super cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Anybody else? If you're still working, that's okay. We still have like a whole 10 minutes left, so you're good. So keep on going. In fact, I might try to add a little bit of color to mine just because I feel like I'm done with the clouds. I like to see the overall shape a little bit more on the lopsided side. So I'm gonna keep it like that. What else I can do though? Yes, funny how we're talking about self-portraits right now.
I've the cost of the genius. I hate
I've been.
needs to dry.
You hate what drawing?
Hate stuff that needs to dry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Patience, they're far from their mother when it comes to that.
I've been wanting to create some self-portraits of myself just because like it opens up a whole another world of self-reflection when you do that.
I have a couple.
Yeah.
I draw myself every day.
Oh, really?
It's terribly stylized, but I do draw myself every single day.
Every day. Man, I love that.
This is just little doodles in the corner of my paper at work. Luckily, my boss hasn't said anything.
Yeah, keep it a secret.
Best artwork was done at work.
Yep.
And it's almost like I feel like I'm at a point in my life where maybe art was a stress reliever for me. So since I don't have that stress anymore, I'm sort of like, "Ah," you know. But I don't
Yeah.
want to have the stress in order to do the art, But it seems as
Yeah.
though my best work was done during that time. Oddly enough.
Yeah. I understand that, Tony. I do. In fact, I was just thinking about that yesterday, just like wondering like what direction to take some artwork. And I was like, I don't want to be in fight or flight mode in order to have good ideas.
Yeah, yeah.
I would found
Yeah.
on the concept, same principle though. I look back at my overall life and I was thinking about this the other day. When we were poor as could be, didn't have 2 pennies to rub together to make a dime.
Mhm.
And we were so freaking happy. And then as time goes on and you get older and education and make more money, the less happy we were. And
Interesting.
it's when we finally when things started taking a turn, and here lately when I've been getting sick and there hasn't been as much income flow as there once was, at least on my side of things. My husband still has a great job and everything, but me personally, I'm happier.
Yeah.
Seeing how much money is involved, and I think it's not the money itself but the mindset that we have.
Mhm.
So, and I think that it's similar concept, basically the stress and the fight or flight. Well, I have more time now. I can focus on the things that make me happy and just completely try to change my whole mindset and outlook of things. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's looking so cool, Hannah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like passion.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Carolyn, I love that you have that perspective though. It just kind of feels like it's always good to be thankful of where you're at too, because having so little, it also puts that idea into your head too, that maybe you should be thankful for being alive, being here. I don't know, maybe. I just like that you have that perspective though.
Well, I'm blessed. I have a roof over my head, a husband who absolutely adores me, kids that think sometimes that I walk on water, and I get a little bit scared about that. But um, we have food to eat, cars to drive, things to drink, activities that we can do around the house. And when you think about it, here's my overall thought process, guys. You're going to think I'm crazy for this, but think about third world countries, people who have vehicles and people bringing them food and lots of clothes, more than one car to drive, and more than one bathroom and indoor plumbing, and you don't like what you have in the cabinets. Oh well, who cares? DoorDash it. They'll bring it to you. If
Mm-hmm.
you live like that in a third world country, they're going to think you're a queen.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to
Yeah.
think you're royalty or something. They don't have all that stuff. So I am a queen. That's the mindset I try to keep. I
Yeah.
maybe have bad days and I may not think that well on my bad days, but overall I try to keep in mind we are so blessed comparatively to other people in this world. We could be through so much more. I might even be able to walk today, but you know what? That's okay because I have a trike or a scooter or a motorized wheelchair.
I love you. You literally told me the opposite of that.
Some
Like,
days, well, it depends on the day too. Some days are bad days. So
no, I mean, like, just for different concepts though.
Mhm.
Because you tell me pain is relative,
It is.
but then that's physical pain. And you're implying the opposite to situational pain. And I'm not calling you out for being a hypocrite or anything, just
Gotta love it when your kid's in class with you.
That's what they're there for. Noticing things.
So it depends on your level of emotional distress that you're in. When I'm in a lot of emotional distress, then my outlook is a lot more negative. And that's just being absolutely real with you.
Mhm.
don't mean it in a condescending manner or anything. A positive spin on both.
I try. Try to be positive.
Positive. We don't need another kid. But
Oh, shush
think
up.
on the bright
Did y'all hear that? Don't be positive. We don't need another kid. Shh. That's
gotta be
not
great
funny.
having a
That's
smart
not
ass for a kid.
funny.
You know what? Sometimes I'm just so grateful for the man that you made.
She gets her sarcasm, or they get their sarcasm. I'm really trying with the pronoun things, guys, but you'll hear me correct myself a lot.
Mm.
I'm still not.
I think
very-
that's most of us, and when we're in that situation with someone with alternate pronouns and you're trying, so that's what matters, right?
That's what I'm told. That is what I'm told.
Does anyone else want to share their picture?
Okay, I added a person.
Added a person. Hey, let me see. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I lost you. I'm
Really
trying to
nice.
spotlight you. There we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Wow. There we go. I like that.
Wow.
She's looking out over the shoreline. We got a whole long way to go, guys. I've got to add depth and perspective and details. I do a lot of abstract type stuff. So,
Yeah.
this is a kind of like a part 2 of another painting that I did called Angels and Shadows.
Mm.
And everything was stark and bright colors in the background, and then on top of it you had this angel that was completely made of shadows. And we ended up having to redo that painting, me and the kids, like 4 times because it kept selling and everybody loved
Wow.
it.
Wow.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
Each one of us had a part to do in the painting.
exactly. And that's what I loved about it. It had a zebra border, and zebra, the more erratic it looks, the more authentic it looks. So each kid took one side of the picture, and then the background was like this blase menache of colors squished together, and each kid got to put in one color and just try to blend it and squish it together. So this is kind of part 2 of that, where we're going to put all these vibrant colors in the background, but instead of an angel, it's going to be the lady later in life realizing that she had so much, and there's so much beauty all around her to see. To throw in like splashes and circles, stuff like that at the top to give it the little extra layer and panache. I will show you all when I'm done, though.
Yeah.
I'm making wood chips.
Wood chips.
Let's see.
I'm doing a garden scene.
Bye, Brandy.
Oh, bye.
Bye, everyone. Gotta run to dinner.
Bye, Brandy. See you next time.
Hey.
So here we go. Haley. Wow. Did you work on that just now?
Yeah. I did the
Ah,
layer before class, but all
oh,
this textured stuff right now.
okay, gotcha.
Other
There we go. That's really pretty. Really cool color combos too.
you. It's actually my grandma's front yard, and I got to take a picture of it. She has awesome color choice,
Nice.
but it's nice having that 3D reference that I can go to.
Do we have any last minute people who want to show us their work?
I did this.
Yeah. So Merly, let me add you. There we go.
Oh, I like yours.
Yeah, you added the color on top. And it's in
Yeah,
order too, right?
yeah.
Nice.
Thank
Oh,
you.
all your mountains in the background. I love that.
Oh, yes.
They're adorable.
Oh, thank you. You're so nice. Yeah.
Super cool, you guys. I feel like we're gonna need like a gallery wall eventually because there's so many like amazing pieces of artwork that come out of here. Um,
Yeah.
maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Super cool, guys. Well, next week, let me just give you a quick little preview. Oh, I don't have a picture of it on my computer. I have it here. Next week, we're using highlighters actually. But of course, use whatever you have. But I happen to love highlighters, so that's not
Wow.
it. That's not it. That's my that was my rough draft. There we go. So these highlighters, we'll be able to create koi fish in a koi fish pond, and a lot of it has to do with motion. So I feel like you guys kind of already got like a practice on how to do swirlies and those kinds of lines. Now we get to apply motion and movement with those types of lines, but we're using marker this time, or Sharpies, whatever you want to use. So it's kind of a easier way to break down like more of that Vincent van Gogh type of style where you have lots of motion and lots of things going on. Yeah, so there it is for next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
so
one
love.
for
Yeah.
and cream pastels.
Bring pastels. Yes.
That's what
Yes.
my koi fish out of last time.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, use whatever you have on hand. If all you have is crayons, then that's okay too. Um, cool. So lovely to see everyone again.
Absolutely. Y'all have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for letting us be a part of this.
Of course.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Love talking to you guys. Love getting to know you guys, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fun
Good
That's
night,
it,
class.
everyone.
Have a
That's
good
it.
Bye.
week.
Bye, guys.
Have a lovely evening.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Yes, you guys too.